Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette fans lose respect for Joan Vassos. The Golden Bachelorette finale aired a week ago, but fans have lost respect for the first female lead, Joan Vassos. What happened in that time frame that caused this shift to happen? More so, has it been a long time coming? Keep reading for further details. Fans lose respect for Joan Vassos. When Joan Vassos first started her journey as the premier Golden Bachelorette, viewers were thrilled. They could not think of anyone better, and she genuinely seemed ready to find love. Due to a family situation, she had to leave Jerry Turner's season early. They had a very close connection, so it was sad, but fortunately, Joan was given another chance at love. She met 24 suitors of various lifestyles and backgrounds, which was such a shock to her system. Yet, it was thrilling all the same, but she quickly saw that she was still not over the loss of her late husband, John. This was a huge hurdle for Joan, but she had incredible encouragement from the mansion men. It came down to Jordan Heller, Pascal Abdi, Vi Gansard, and Chalk Chapel for the hometowns. Jordan was eliminated, so the final three headed to Tahiti, but Pascal self-eliminated. She was broken, but knew Chalk was the one, and they are now engaged. Now, a Reddit thread has been posted, slamming Joan. Apparently, her kids did not want her to go on the show for many reasons. It's not that they did not want her to find love, but they were uncomfortable with fantasy suites. More so, it was noted how they likely did not want their late father's tainted past to resurface. Here's a fragment of what the OP wrote. Those kids have been through a ton. Their dad was convicted of multiple counts of fraud, while also dying of cancer. I could never imagine what that is like. And it was only 3 years ago. Those kids have probably had to work through so much only for it to all come up again on a national scale. Some Golden Bachelorette fans understood that Joan Vassos has never been alone. Therefore, she likely just wanted to find a companion. However, others struggled with her behavior and called her out for being a gold digger. But the bigger issue is she was on the Golden Bachelor, which the timeline suggests she applied not too long after her husband passed. Joan seems to me to be a gold digger. She really doesn't seem like a nice person IRL. My 2 cents worth. I agree. How phony to go on and on about John when in reality, she signed up for a dating show 1 year after his death. There was also her late husband's troubled past that has resurfaced, but she appears to be turning a blind eye. My big issue was how highly she spoke of her husband when he's alleged a criminal and she was living off stolen money. Maybe had she been upfront about his wrongdoings, she wouldn't have gotten all the clap back. Totally agree. Not a fan of Joan, as I remember she rushed to be on Golden Bachelor. Seemed so sketch when her husband had recently passed. And even seemed more sketchy with her non-stop crying over her husband through this season. So there are a lot of reasons that have emerged to cause fans disdain for Joan. Yet, in the end, she has gotten what she wants, and that is the goal of the show. Joan Vassos entered the Golden Bachelorette with poise, grace, and a heart that had seen its fair share of love and loss. Fans embraced her as the first ever lead of the Golden spin-off, enchanted by her warmth and sincerity. But as the season unfolded, something changed. The woman who once seemed like Bachelor Nation's golden-hearted gem was suddenly at the center of controversy, leaving many viewers shaking their heads in disappointment. What went wrong? It started with small cracks in her golden image. At first, fans were willing to overlook them. After all, reality TV has a way of amplifying even the smallest missteps. But as Joan's journey continued, her actions began to feel less like a woman looking for love and more like someone playing a calculated game. One of the first moments that sent fans reeling was her handling of Vi Gansard. From the start, he was a frontrunner, a charming, thoughtful man who wore his heart on his sleeve. He had survived the Golden Bachelor heartbreak, only to return, seemingly ready to give love another shot. Their chemistry was undeniable. But when rumors surfaced that Joan had been stringing him along while favoring other contestants, fans felt betrayed. I have been through enough, and watching him get emotionally invested only to be left in the cold didn't sit well with the audience. Then came the unexpected eliminations. Joan, once praised for her kindness, made choices that felt increasingly erratic. Fans watched in shock as she sent home Jordan Heller, a fan favorite with a heart of gold, while keeping contestants who seemed less invested in a genuine connection. Jordan, ever the gentleman, left with grace, but viewers were quick to voice their outrage online. Many believed he was let go for reasons beyond romance, with speculation swirling that production influences and Joan's own indecisiveness were at play. The tipping point, however, came when details emerged about Joan's past. While everyone enters the Golden Bachelorette with history, Joan's was one that fans hadn't been expecting. Reports began to surface about a complicated breakup she had before joining the show. Some accused her of still being emotionally tethered to an ex, questioning whether she was truly ready to move forward. While Joan never explicitly addressed the rumors, her vague responses in interviews only fueled the fire. The biggest backlash, though, came from her interactions with Pascal Advier. Pascal, a suave, successful contestant, had been open about his intentions from the start. He wanted love, but he also wasn't afraid to challenge Joan when he felt something was off. During a particularly tense conversation, Pascal called Joan out for not being entirely transparent with her emotions. Instead of addressing the concerns head-on, Joan deflected, leaving fans frustrated. The moment went viral, with many labeling her response as dismissive and insincere. "Joan isn't as genuine as we thought," one fan tweeted. "She's making choices that don't make sense, and it feels like she's leading guys on." The backlash wasn't just from Bachelor Nation's Twitter warriors. Even former contestants and alumni began subtly weighing in. Faith Martin, who had been part of the Golden Bachelor, made a cryptic Instagram post about trusting actions over words, which many believed was a veiled comment about Joan's handling of the season. As the finale neared, fans were left wondering, was Joan truly in this for love, or had she been playing the role of the Golden Bachelorette without ever intending to find a forever partner? The final episode did little to repair her image. Instead of a heartwarming conclusion, it was filled with tension. Joan hesitated, unable to make a definitive choice. The once confident woman who had entered the mansion months earlier now seemed unsure, torn, and unwilling to fully commit. The post-show interviews didn't help matters. When asked if she had regrets, Joan gave an answer that felt more rehearsed than heartfelt. "I followed my heart," she said, "and I did what felt right in the moment." But for many fans, the damage had been done. Joan Vassos, the woman they had championed as the perfect Golden Bachelorette, had lost their respect. Perhaps it was the weight of being the franchise's first leading lady in this new era. Maybe the pressure got to her, and she found herself making choices she wouldn't have otherwise. Or perhaps Joan was simply human, flawed, uncertain, and navigating love the best way she knew how. Regardless of the reasoning, the sentiment was clear. Joan's reign as the Golden Bachelorette would be remembered, but not for the reasons anyone expected. Instead of leaving with a love story that inspired hope, she walked away with a season that left fans questioning everything they thought they knew about her. Could she redeem herself? Only time would tell. But for now, Joan Vassos found herself in a place she likely never anticipated, on the wrong side of Golden Bachelorette history.